What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, went to Dino's. Everything was great. Everything was great. Had a blast. Dino's is always a blast. I put a few shorts up from some of the cars that I saw at Dino's that I liked. It's hard to film at Dino's, especially for me. You get me with about 20 people, I'm okay. It was just too big of a crowd for me to want to try to talk and film and do all that kind of stuff. So I just did the shorts to make it a little easier. Since then, I went to another car show, a local one for me, my Home Depot. Wasn't planning on putting the truck in, but they told me to put it in. It was a small one. I'm going to say act like it was a big one. It was a small one, probably about 50 cars. And I won second place for best truck. Wow. So very excited about that. Wasn't expecting that and thought that was pretty cool. Okay. Since then, went to another car show. That was the Awatuki car show. So you guys should be seeing some shorts for that one. Great. I didn't put the truck in that one. They did offer a free dyno, but I was gonna do that, but I've still been having power steering pump issues, and it's whining at the top of the RPM, and it's spraying out. So I gotta address that. And if I gotta address that, and to get to that, I gotta pull the alternator, pull the belt, all that kind of stuff. And at that point, I might as well just go ahead and do the intake manifold, all the parts I got new fans. So I'm just gonna do all that at the same time and dyno it afterwards. But today, I'm gonna take this thing on a little test drive. I got the GoPro mount on here behind me. I put the GoPro on. I gotta go pick up some parts for work, so I figured why not take this thing and go enjoy myself, and then see what that footage comes out with. You know, see if I can redeem myself from the last GoPro footage. So we'll see how this goes. Other than that, let's get at it. Okay, so I'm ready. Got the GoPro on, hooked up, extended out. Even got my old GoPro sitting here. I don't know if I told you guys, this is the one I dropped on the trail and they got ran over a bunch of times, and the back camera doesn't work anymore. So I kind of try to use it sometimes on the inside because it still worked. But let's get at it. Okay, before I take off, here's another thing I've been wanting to talk about a little bit. So let's see if this comes up. Basically, I got the Holley Bluetooth module. Bam. Let y'all see that. Got it. So the thing I really like about this is it records. You can data log. You can see all your sensors, everything, all there in real time. So I don't need to roll around with the laptop anymore to do any recording. I can just press record on here and then email it to myself, and then I can open it up and look at it later. Highly recommend this thing. This thing, I love it. Okay, so I played with the GoPro a little bit, got a little bit of footage for me to play with and see how it's gonna go. Haven't done a video with the GoPro with the 360 yet, so we'll see how that comes out. But I am back at home and it is time for me to mess with the Accord. Okay, so here we are. My homie got the, I think he said the Jackspania K-swap harness. And then he ended up getting a universal Jackspania conversion harness that I'm gonna tell you kind of sucks. Unless you really understand wiring and stuff like that, that thing, it was not easy to figure out. So what I ended up doing was I owned through everything and traced everything and labeled everything. You can see there, to make it easier, because it doesn't come with any instructions on how to do anything. But I found like a diagram online and it kind of helped. So, but let's start hooking this up. First thing first, I'm gonna finish plugging in the harness on the engine. So that way, whatever plugs I gotta convert or fix, I know we gotta do the knock sensor, and I believe we gotta do this sensor down there. But I think everything else plugged in. So I'll start with that and show you guys my progress. Okay, so the quality and look of this harness is very nice, but the gauge wire they use, to me, is undersized. So I already did the one for the coolant temp sensor, extended that one. The switch is right there. Right now I'm about to do the starter. So I stripped the starter wire back, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that is probably, it's not the power wire, but it's for the solenoid, but that's gotta be maybe, I'm gonna guess, what's that? 14 gauge wire, maybe 16? Like, that is small. So I hope there won't be no issues. All right, so not the best angle, but knock sensor has been repinned. Solenoid for the starter has been extended. It looked like they used, what I say, 16 gauge wire, and what I had to cut and extend it, I used like a 12 gauge wire. So hopefully that doesn't have any issues. What's the other thing I had to extend? Oh, the coolant temp sensor down there. Had the, you know, that's the coolant temp sensor for the gauge. Had to extend those wires. Now I am working on, I don't remember what this is called. When I go look at the diagram, I will tell you. But from what I can see on this diagram for this one, and I'm gonna show it. So this was the plug that was already on the tranny. So his tranny is like gotta be a 05, 06 tranny. The harness is for a, I wanna say a 02 to 04 K-swap harness. So from what it says on, what I found online is, let me see if I can get both of these in my hand. So these plugs are very similar. It's the gray plug that we need to use. This black plug was already on there. So it shows that the two side little indentions on the plug are the same. The only difference is this part right here on the actual sensor. You got to shave that down. That way this clip fits over it. And then you got to move a couple of the wires in different spots on here. So I'm gonna go get that diagram and then de-pin this and then put the plugs in the way they're supposed to go. Okay, so here's my little quick wiring tip. Before I go unplugging or de-pinning anything, I always take a picture of how it was originally before I mess with it, and just in case if I mess up, at least I know how it was when I started. Okay, so this is the speed sensor. That's what I got to modify. I was gonna try to do it while I was on the tranny, but I found it'd be easier just to pull it out. There's only one 10mm bolt holding it in. But what I want to show you is this tab right here is what you need to shave off to make the 02 to 04 clip fit without having to change the sensor. Okay, so I did get it deep pinned, shaved this down. So I shaved down here, I did have to shave the ones on the sides, both. It is tight. It does fit, but it is tight. So, and I did redo that. So if you want to rewind back, see what it looked like before, and you're using a Jackspania harness, then you'll see. But I don't know if I would recommend using this harness. All right, one last thing I forgot to mention. There's normally a little white clip that goes over here to secure the wires in. That wouldn't go in. So I had to remove that in order for it to slide into the speed sensor. Okay, one more time on this plug. So I had to shave down the sensor some. Get that to focus. I had to shave down the sensor some because the clip wouldn't lock in place. And I didn't want it to be a vibration issue or something like that, and the speed sensor comes unhooked. Okay, so far everything is hooked up in the engine bay. I ran a temporary ground because he didn't run a ground, and I'm out of copper terminals to try to make other grounds. I don't see any ground off the engine and stuff like that, so he'll have to do some of those. But harness and everything is all hooked up and ran. Also the coil packs, everything underneath. Got it running through a hole down here in the firewall. It comes with these 2 extra pins that go to the ECU. Not sure what they're for. I'm gonna have to look to see if the harness came with some instructions. I'm thinking one is to control the fan, the other one I don't know what it would be. So he has to order a couple relays for us to wire up the fans, and I'm done here. So on the inside, got the harness. Like I said, got the jumper harness. Pretty much what I'm gonna do tonight is look up the schematic on this vehicle to see how to plug everything into where it needs to be. Some of the stuff is gonna be self-explanatory, like I'll just have to pull the gauge cluster out and be able to wire directly to those, but I think we're good. And then the last thing, I did use it to pick up some stuff. Most of you guys know I do heating and air conditioning, so got to install tomorrow. So I needed to get a flue pipe, a condenser pad, and a drain pan, and some other little install goodies. But people always think it's gonna be a show truck. Nah, I'm gonna use this damn thing for when I can. All right, everybody. So that is going to be a wrap on today's video. Tomorrow, well, I won't say tomorrow, but another day this week, I will finish trying to wire everything up on the inside, and then from there I got to do the downpipe and the dump tube, and then I can send that car home. So but once again, everybody, I just want to say thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next adventures of Kenny. Peace.
Thank you all for watching this here video. Please like and subscribe and follow. Much love from little Yas to